like as we're setting up, they're like, oh yeah, we've not got the lobby ready. You need to invite people. It's like, I don't know how to do that. Like,
just add Harry Kane on PlayStation.
I'm like, help.
I didn't realise that you were on Big Brother and that. How long was how long was you in there for?
Over 2 months.
2 months? What?
Well, I'm scared to ask this one. Messi or Ronaldo?
If I could choose either at their prime, I would take Ronaldo. I think he just brings more.
But which brings more... Okay, I'm getting annoyed. One last question to end all of the questions. Premier League winners this season. Hello guys and welcome back to episode 6 of the XL Bootroom, combining everything football and FIFA, presented by JD. Remember lads, if you've missed any of the previous episodes, they are available on the XL FIFA YouTube channel. I'm going to say unfortunately, Spencer is no longer with us for today. He's not dead, he's just not here. So we've got my man Freeman right next to me. How are we doing?
Well, me, I'm doing well, mate.
Yeah, all good, all good.
Fortunately, I am a backup to Spencer, but
not in my eyes, mate.
I'm gonna give him 100%, and that's what matters.
That's what matters, man. If we look to our left, we've got an absolute icon. I'm going to say one of my heroes. Oh. I'm going to say it.
Thanks,
I'll say
Danny.
one of my heroes, Mr. PIEFACE. How are we doing, boss?
Yeah, I'm not bad, boys. How are we? All right. It's very nice of you to say, Danny. I appreciate it.
I said it since day one, man. Like, you are my inspiration. So I owe a lot to you, mate, and I appreciate it.
Oh, well, thank you, mate. Thank you. Well, remember the t-shirt tweet, right?
Oh,
the
t-shirt
tweet. Yeah.
Is that something we want to get into?
No, it was when it was before like Danny went moon. It was like I know there was a few things that I just tweeted him saying like, mate, like, you know, you're hilarious. Like,
you
just
might
keep
have
going.
been intoxicated.
I was a bit drunk,
You know,
but it was annoying me that some of the tweets that people were sending him, and I was like, don't listen to them, just do what you're doing.
back since day one, and I just
There
got
we
it
go.
printed on a t-shirt.
There we go.
There you go. So no, I appreciate it a lot, man.
And I wanted to. We've also got another. It's almost big news. Danny joined XL.
I'm now
He was
Team
actually
XL,
the
mate.
first guest on this podcast.
I was,
I believe,
yeah, mate.
and we've gone full circle. And you're at XL now. Yeah.
I was sat right where you were, Pi, a young boy. And now I'm in the middle. But yeah, no, it's a pleasure to join. I can't wait for the year, mate.
It's been about a week. How the announcement go? How's all that?
I think it went down well. People liked it. A lot of jokes about the name, with me being
Strong.
yes, that's the word. Big
Strong.
boned.
Not XL anymore, though, we Danny. No,
I'm an L now. We got rid of the S.
Yeah.
So, you know, but I can squeeze into mediums if need be.
Easy.
I respect it.
Pi, we've got you on the podcast.
Yes.
And I think we're going to use today to find out a little bit more about Jack. So where did it all start? Like, what was, you know, the origin story of your like content journey?
Well, so I used to watch a lot of like Twitch and YouTube, like FIFA back in the day. So, you know, like obviously all the sidemen before they were the sidemen, you know, like Chris MD and people like that. So I used to enjoy watching a lot of those videos when I was working in Mackey's, like opening packs, on my break, opening packs on the web app, you know, buying coins. I said,
proper grind.
I said back in my day, I must have bought enough coins with like Roshaw's code to like buy his Lamborghini handle or something. You know, it was enough.
Yeah.
There were enough. But no, I used to watch a lot of it at night time. I've always been a night owl, and there weren't really many. I mean, American or British people that streamed at night.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a guy Sean Elite. Like he's American. I used to watch his streams a lot at night, and I just thought there's a little bit of a gap here, maybe for you know, some content and stuff.
Get in the market.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And to be fair, it started off after Big Brother just a hobby, and then I thought, hey, you know what? I'm gonna invest in the equipment and just send it and give it a go, and it kind of just grew from there, really.
So what was like the first like big investment into like your like streaming or like content? So
Probably the first PC I bought at the time. It's probably about £1,000 at the time. I mean, now it probably doesn't even run. It's that sort of like old now. But yeah, no, that was definitely like the first sort of step I took, because I used to stream with an Xbox Kinect camera, and my tripod used to be Ribena cartons. Yeah, like on my desk.
Like humble beginners.
Yeah, honestly, mate, I'm not. Shout out to my landlord because he was a legend, but like I lived in a dive. Like my life was a mess for a long time, you know. Like, but it did the job. It certainly did the job, but it took me a while to take it seriously. You know, I was just sort of joking around with it for a few years and not really. It wasn't that I didn't care. It was just the full effort, I guess, wasn't there.
Yeah.
And then I got invited to go to Germany for, I think it was the FIFA. the 90s, the one with the circle walkout. Was that 19?
Yeah, 19. Yeah.
It was a FIFA 19 launch. And then kind of from there, sort of listened to a lot of content creators. They were kind of telling me what they were doing. And I was thinking, Jesus, why am I not like getting myself in that? So that gave me some motivation to kind of work harder and sort of grew from there. I mean, obviously lockdown was, I think lockdown was good for a lot of content creators, you know?
Like, I don't know about yourself, Danny.
It feels bad saying it, but like, I love lockdown. Like, I know it's a little bit greedy for me, but like, that's literally what turned this from a hobby to a job.
Yeah, well, I think it gave people the time. Right?
So much free time. Everyone's just at home. And then what better ways to watch content if you're home? You're always going to want to consume stuff when you're at home. So it was like the most put on a plate for you to just take it and grind it and
How much of like a boom did you get in lockdown? Was it kind of like an overnight thing and you're like, oh my god?
I think it took a little bit of time. I mean, the actual lockdown itself, I mean, I like a bit of social stuff. Like I live on my own. I'm on my own a lot. So, but without like any football and, you know, things like that, that was not nice. But obviously, as you say, as Danny said, you do have that positive aspect that we were very lucky that it was, you know, it took a few weeks, but I think because it was like team of the season and stuff, like it just, it flew for a few months. It certainly flew for a few months. Like went crazy, like absolutely crazy. And I guess there was even like obviously a lot of Warzone and stuff, right? Like just hammering Verdansk or whatever, like with mates and stuff. Like I think it's quite good we can look back at that now, even though as bad at times it might have been. At least you can say.
I think looking back on it, it actually was like quite a good time. I think even like not like content creators, just normal people. Yeah, I think they would also agree. Like it was.
Well, it's opened up a lot of different things, right? Especially like flexible working, like bits like that. It's kind of changed the landscape a lot. In terms of like, so obviously that was a lot of like streaming and a lot of like YouTube content.
Yeah.
So you've like kind of like, you know, gone into like IRL stuff, like football, like away days, all that. So like kind of how's that been? Like doing that type of content, has it been?
Yeah, I really enjoy it. Like I love like the presenting side and kind of like the getting involved in different projects. Like that for me, like I've streamed now for like 8.5 years and I do love Twitch, but obviously when you do something non-stop constantly, it does kind of, I mean, I guess I'm just ambitious. So, and I like to be creative, and it's really tough with FIFA. The way this year's game has been, it's kind of like, obviously, for example, Danny makes these obviously every day. He's got new ideas and new videos, right? And people love it. I just feel like because I kind of got so much time into Twitch, I just struggled to have that kind of like, you know, that level of creativity, which I'd love to have. So I think it's just about trying to maybe branch into different stuff going forward as well. Not saying I wouldn't stop Twitch because I love it. But I think you have to, what's the word I'm looking for? You know, sort of segment it up a little bit differently. Because a lot of people say to me to like vlog away days and stuff, but I'd never do that. It's kind of that's my day with my mates, you know, that's the time for me to have some fun. I don't mind putting your TikTok up because people seem to quite like that. So, you know, I'll put the old food review or something up, you know, or a little bit of fun. Like that I don't mind.
I think it's something I recognize is it's very important to have like, you know, your job or like say YouTube or whatever, and then like something separate, you know, like if they both intertwine, it gets like, oh, you know, when do I have a day off? Do I have any time to do anything? So me personally, like everything I did was either a video or a TikTok or a stream, everything. I was like, there's got to be some sort of day where I'm just like, let's just not do anything. So that is definitely important to have a balance. And I think what you said with there, like having a day with your mates and no cameras, no nothing. I think that's so important.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, kind of like a question like to both of you. Like, how do you feel that affects your like creativity when you know you're like pushing out content like a lot, but I'm sure you've both been in points of your life where it's kind of just been like full steam ahead, but you haven't really thought about the balance. Do you feel like it has like a big knock-off effect on your creativity? Or
I personally like doing it as much as I can because it always keeps like it's a blessing and a curse because like, you know, you want to go to sleep, but your brain's just thinking about, oh, what can I do next? What ideas can you have? So I think if I take a step back, it will make me more like hungry, make me motivated, but my brain won't be ticking. So I've got no idea like what ideas to actually do, but that's just me.
Interesting.
Yeah, I get it. I understand that because like, I feel bad. For example, like tonight, I probably won't stream, so it's a long day, and I feel bad that I'm not streaming, but I think sometimes you have to just take that day away or that extra time away. Because for me, I tend to find that sometimes when I'm traveling, I'll sit down and I'll be really creative because it just gives me a few hours just to be like, right, here's an idea. I'm just not very good at acting upon it. I seem to have the ideas, but then when it comes, because as I say, I tend to stream, kind of sleep stream. And that tends to be my schedule. I think going forward, I have got some plans and stuff going forward for more creativity stuff. And that hopefully I'll actually put into place.
It's hard to balance, especially.
It's the thing with streaming is you don't until you step back, you don't realize how much of your life it consumes. Like legit, as you say, it's just wake up, stream, bed, wake up, stream.
Yeah.
It's just a constant cycle. But when you step back and you realize, oh, okay, I haven't, I can actually do my own thing, have ideas. Because when I was streaming every day, stupid hours, like yourself, it's just like, you don't give your brain any time to think of anything other than
rest,
that. There's nothing. There's literally no respite.
No, it is nonstop. And that's not to go, by the way, because I know a lot of people that think, oh, you're just, streaming stuff. Totally respect. Super lucky to have the job and position we're in to do what we do. And coming from, I've done, the graft in different areas. So I do genuinely understand it, but it still is a lot of, you do have to put time and effort into it if you want to get stuff out of it. That's the thing. So, I mean, it's as you say, it's a blessing and curse to have your own time as well. It's just, it's time management is so important.
Yeah.
Because it's so easy to get lazy and drop off. It's hard. It's hard. You gotta try and motivate yourself.
Yeah. I guess you almost have to go through these periods as a creator. Again, I'm sure you both have, where you kind of figuring out, right? Okay, maybe I need balance, or maybe I need to have a different structure. Does happen a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, right now, if I'm honest with you, I'm in that kind of I'm 31 now, so I know I don't look it. So I'm probably in the older bracket of creators. I would say it sort of in general. So it's kind of trying to going forward. How do I want to sort of not change up my content, but the passion is still there. I feel like I want to put it into stuff, and that's just.
It's almost look about that next evolution type of thing.
Effectively, it's just about being able to balance streaming and doing other things as well. So I've got the ideas. It's just about putting it into motion.
Yeah, and mate. So obviously, you're very experienced streamer, vet in the scene. You've done work like Sky Sports, Sidemen, Lab Bible. What would you say is in terms of nerves? It's probably when you did your first big gig, something like that.
I mean,
what was the most
the charity match is the most nervous.
No.
Yeah.
It was calm. You were calm.
Nah,
you were when we got onto the pitch, you were calm.
Nah, I was
really
mate, all game, honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
To be fair,
the whole day, honestly, the whole experience to me, I was just a fanboy. The whole thing, going down for breakfast, cause for example, I know Will and he, we're mutual sort of, and just seeing Will and he having breakfast, having a chat with him, it's gee, I'm just having breakfast with Will and he, it doesn't.
Do you get imposter syndrome?
Yeah, massively, huge. And I'm just sat there in the dressing room and I'm kind of just watching everyone do their thing. I'm just thinking, why am I here? That's how I saw. Yeah, I did genuinely. Honestly, I was super nervous.
I don't think it helped that you went in goal, because
it's a lot of pressure. I was so annoyed though. I was so annoyed how bad I played. Because I used to play in goal, and honestly, I'm not joking. I beat myself up for weeks. I was really annoyed.
But it's good content though. Do you know what I mean? Who cares?
And
it's
you're
good
also being
content.
put in a position where you've never really had that before.
Mate, 27,000 fans.
Yeah, it was honestly, trust me, it was nerves. It was insane. It's the sickest thing I've done. In content creation, I loved it.
You hit it well. I did not sense a single nerve from you,
I was
before game. You were a little bit, but on the pitch, I thought you were calm. Mate.
I was still.
You liked it. You loved it.
I enjoyed it. Trust me, I'd do it forever. I loved it. You know what I mean? I enjoy playing in those sort of games. That's definitely something I've said, because I live quite far away from places, but so it's tough because you get people that want to play it, say, oh, do you want to come and play in these games? And it's wow, I've got to take a day off streaming to go and do it. But I think going forward, I'm just going to do it. I just really enjoy it. I just
it's experience, isn't it?
Yeah, it's great meeting people. I like to, it's great to meet other content creators. I tell you, the other time I was super nervous before that was when I did the Harry Kane Fortnite.
Oh man,
I
watched that live.
I ripped that. Yeah, so it was a brand deal for TCL,
right?
And they came to me and were like, oh, we've got and Harry Kane is my Phil Foden is my favorite footballer. Harry Kane, idolized.
Nerves are already there.
Oh yeah, and I'm reading his email. I was they were German. I got back to them. We're like, you want me to stream Fortnite with Harry Kane? They're like, yeah, we worked it all out. And honestly, I was That because before we were doing it, he was sort of like, and I think it was a Champions League Tuesday night. I know he's got better things to do than playing Fortnite for a brand deal.
Well, he's not playing Champions League.
Yeah. I was trying to at least sort of, I think it was a semi-final. It was quite late in the season. I was trying to. So I was just having a little chat beforehand and I was still bricking it. But like as we're setting up, they're like, oh yeah, we've not got the lobby ready. You need to invite people. It's like, I don't know how to do that. They're like,
just
no,
add Harry Kane on PlayStation.
We've sent you a WeChat. It doesn't work because I'm like, literally, you have to tell me how to invite people. And it's the going live screen is on. Yeah. So I'm bricking it.
And they bracketed you as like, oh, it's a game, mate. You can just do it.
Yeah.
Honestly, mate. And it came to the actual bit where like it was the inviting, because the first part was just a Q&A, right? And obviously he's heard, again, I know he's heard these questions all the time before, so I'm doing the best I can to kind of like, it was quite the thing that helped me calm my nerves a bit was I could see him when you have like the monitors, I could see him before the stream could. And when I went into kind of like Twitch mode, I could see he thought that was quite funny and stuff. So that was, I could tell he was a bit relaxed. So that was good.
Yeah.
But we go into this lobby and he's like, oh, I can start to invite people if you want. And people are like, come to City, come to City. I'm like, Mike. I'm like, Harry Kane, come to my City. I'm just like, oh, my God. I'm like, help. And he's so calm with it as well. And I'm just panicking.
So your head was like fully gone and he's just like,
mate, I'm literally panicking. It's like a brand deal. So I'm panicking. I'm like, oh my God, like, how do I fix this?
Were they giving you like a lot, like through Discord?
Nothing. Like literally, I had nothing. Like there was like, but it got done. They were really happy in the end, so that was good.
Win-win, mate.
Yeah, that was good. And
am I right in saying, like, I swear, like they started messaging Harry Kane or something? I'm convinced.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
they had his game attack.
Yeah, because he was inviting people. And it was popping up. Yeah.
All your fans, all people in the stream were just going.
Yeah. That's what they were shouting it on the mic, like, "Come to City, come to City!" Like, mate, it was
good
experience though. Right.
Mate, I'll tell you what, it was very, very cool. It was really, really cool.
And really cool. Another one that I wanted to like cover as well, which might have been a bit nerve-wracking as well, was like the Big Brother. I didn't realize that you were on Big Brother and that was the thing. So how was that? And like almost like reflecting back on it as well.
It's definitely one of them things that unless you do it, you'll never know what it's like.
Experience.
I mean, lockdown kind of give you an idea of what it's like.
There's not cameras on you 24/7.
No. It was almost like Big Brother 2.0, the lockdown scenario. But it's very boring at times.
Right.
Like it is very boring at times. But I mean, I consider myself, I wouldn't say smart, but I like to feel like I like to be a little switched on in certain situations. So like, after a while, you'd work out the Big Brother voices. So you know which producers did which things. Because honestly, like when you wake up, and the thing is, I like to sleep and eat. And they took away sleeping and they took away eating. And they thought I was getting grumpy. I thought, what do you expect? You take away the things I like. Yeah. But in the morning, they'd come over like with Big Brother. And if it wasn't like the task, like lady, I'd be like, right, we've got nothing today. Like, how do you know? Like, trust me. Like, there won't be anything today. Because it would always be a set voice, like a set producer. And then when one of them come over, you knew you were in trouble. Oh, wow. I was singing songs about Adam Johnson in the garden, and the producer was like, "Come to the diary room with me."
What was you offered? I swear you got offered like a car, or like, something like that, right?
Literally, like five, like so, like this was like 5 nights in or whatever it was. Because on the first night, I think Simon got evicted. Oh, the first night I had like immunity, so I had like
right. So you was calm.
I had like 3. Yeah, I had like 3 saves, so I was safe for a little bit. I gave one to my mate. I'm pretty sure I actually gave one to my mate. Like,
you dished one out as well,
yeah, I dished one out. I'm pretty sure early. Yeah, I dished one out early. But yeah, it was like 5 days in. Like I got voted the winner, and I don't drive or anything. They were like, "Oh, you've like won this car. If you want to leave now." But I wanted a bit more like I wanted to be there a bit more time off work and stuff. I didn't drive.
Yeah.
So I thought, I was like, all right. Yeah. If it was money, it might have been a bit different. If it was like cash right there to go. Yeah. But I know they play games, so I was thinking, even if I say yes, are they just gonna screw me over? Like that was in the back of my mind.
How long was the whole? How long was you in there for?
Over 2 months.
2 months?
What?
Yeah.
Wait, how long is the series?
It's like 67 days. It's an episode a day. Oh, it's long.
Well, how long? What about like stuff like Love Island now? How long is that?
That's close to that sort of length, isn't it? But the difference is with that, they get things in and that. You don't get any, like they don't.
So could you not speak to any like family?
No, they near the end, they kind of like dangle a few extra bits for you, like near the end. But it's not like, sometimes you get treat nights where like if you win a task, they'll give you like Domino's or something, or like they'll get McDonald's in, but it's very rare. Like you are literally in a scenario. There are some weeks where if you fail the challenge, you literally are on make your own bread and lentils. like legitimate. But nah, mate, it was one night though. I said it a few times because you don't know obviously what the public think of you. So I didn't think I was doing anything wrong. And there was a night when like it was like a month in, and it was the first night that everyone was up for eviction. I haven't been up for eviction yet. I'm not gonna lie, I thought I'd be fine. I thought, well, I've not done anything since. I was like, they voted me well at the start. I've not done anything different since. I thought this will be no problem.
Yeah.
And then when I would say, weaker housemates, I mean, the ones that didn't really do much were like starting to get saved. I was thinking, oh dear, I was like, I could be in trouble here. And it was literally down to me and this lad Simon. That was it. I was planning my KFC order in my head. I was like, right, I'm gonna go and have dinner. I was getting ready to walk. Yeah, they were booing and everything. I thought, oh dear, and I got saved. What
was that like walking out the first time and like seeing civilization again? Like,
do you mean going in or coming out?
So when you're coming out.
I mean, yeah, it's weird because they give you like help in there. They actually have like a psychiatrist and stuff. They'll actually give you help. They will do that because naturally I'm just young lad thinking, don't worry, it'll be fine. I was probably ruined for about 2 or 3 weeks when I come out. It took a long time. A long time to adjust.
What was the most difficult part about the adjustment? Was it just like being around people again, or like
just almost, because the thing is in there that like in life I feel like the two most important things are time and money, right? And in there they're worthless. They don't mean anything, right? Like time and money is nothing. So you kind of go from being in a scenario where you can't go anywhere all day and you're kind of forced into doing stuff to being able to do kind of like what you want. It was weird. It was honestly really, really weird. Like I struggled with it because especially as well, like you're around these people every day. So you kind of get used to being with them and stuff. And yeah, it's really hard to explain. But you think you'll be fine, but
yeah, it's probably one of those that you don't really think about. Probably the same with like Love Island. Like
I was going to say, and that's the thing that like people say, these people that how they struggle. It's like, trust me, you will. It will, because they're the same. Like even though they get a bit more like say from like I've seen on podcasts they get some stuff from the outside, a bit more things. They're still in a scenario where they're around the same people all the time, and it's very intense, isn't it? And that's massive, right? So they must get a lot of attention when they come out of there as well. They're
massive.
Be getting, and obviously they're in a couple and stuff, or they might have,
come
mug
out
someone,
solo,
they might mug someone off. So it's a lot of pressure, isn't it?
Do you guys watch much? You Love Island?
I've never watched it.
You never watched it, mate?
I
watched the last series, like the last summer one, like religiously. I was fuming. I was just fuming when Paige didn't win. I was fuming, so I thought, right, I'm not watching it anymore. And then I've kind of been like keeping up with this one a bit through like Twitter. I've not really been watching it too much, but you can kind of from Twitter you can keep up.
Easy, mate. And like even like I was saying earlier, like TikTok and stuff. Now I see spoilers everywhere.
You can't go anywhere without getting spoiled for anything.
No.
All right, that's a lot of talk about Big Brother and all that, but we are FIFA content creators. So, PIEFACE, dare I say, thoughts on the current FIFA, mate? How are we doing?
Yeah, I think it's in the mud. Well, at the minute, I think it's in the mud, mate. And for me, it's a shame because I am someone that like is passionate about the game. I know you know yourself, and there are a lot of creators out there that are, and we do only want the best for the game. I just think the end of this year has been very poor. It's so much copy paste stuff, and it's like. It's really difficult, as I say, for someone like yourself that makes these, obviously you've got these mad creative type YouTube videos, right? And that's like their absolute quality and stuff. From someone that more as a streamer, it's really hard. I just think it's really hard to engage the audience when I'm ready to send it, I'm ready to put the effort in. And and I'm like at 6 o'clock, I'm thinking, Jesus, what on earth am I going to do today? Like, how am I going to, I think that's what it is. I think the gameplay hasn't been too bad. That's just my personal opinion. I thought the referees have been a bit abysmal. I've had a few head loss moments with that, but in general, I feel the gameplay when it's good. I think the gameplay's been really fun. Like, I've run my Road to Glory all year, and that's one thing I'll definitely say is you can get a good team without spending a penny. Like that's 100%. I think it's hard to get the players you want. Because it's hard to get coins. So if you don't spend money, it's hard to get the team you want to get. But you know what I mean? Like you'll do an SBC, like you'll get an insane player. You might not have wanted them, but you can still get that insane player. It's just if you want to say, that's a 2 million coin player you want without spending money, it's going to be basically impossible unless you're going to pack them. But
What do you look for in like when a FIFA comes out? Like what are like the tick boxes that you're like, right, this current FIFA, like what are the things that you look for where you're like, yeah, this will be a good FIFA. Like, I'm going to enjoy this one.
I think for me, I like the menu. The menu content is something that I like. It's just the one thing that I've kind of sort of built, say, like the kind of like the community and the way my creative stuff is on. Like the Weekend League's great. I enjoy the Weekend League. I hate it, but I love it. You know, it's such great content. Like people love the Weekend League. Like, I'll play 40 games on the weekend over 2 accounts. No
like
problem.
easy, yeah.
Because for me, I feel like that's the way the game has been this year. It's been very Friday to Sunday is great. Monday, you know, you're going to get upgrades. And I have said this to EA themselves. I think it's just the predictability is what you don't want. So it's fine. Bring content out at 6 o'clock, but mix it up a bit, you know, because they don't even need to leak it to know what's coming. And it was the same every week. You knew that once Monday come, Sunday they give you an icon you can do once. So you're like, right, I can't do, because I don't do share play. So I'm like, right, I've got nothing now. I've done that on Sunday. I've now got 4 days to kind of like painfully get through. And I don't want to be like that. I want to go into a stream thinking, right, I got this to do today. I got this to do. You know? I just think having, for me, the big tick box is having something to grind towards.
So you need like something in a distance.
Yeah, of course. And I mean, they've done this leveled up stuff now, but I just think it's too late. I keep saying, I think anything they've done now, I think they're just elongating it too much. And I think it's with the store stuff as well. I think they've gone too far in terms of, I mean, as I say, again, like I haven't got anything against EA, you know, like they've done a lot of good stuff for me and there are great things about the game and I will praise it when it is good. They are bringing new aspects in and I'm excited for what the new game's going to bring. Yeah. But I just think they've put a lot behind a paywall, like a lot of stuff behind a paywall. And they could turn that into SBCs, but they don't. They just hammer it into the store. And I always say to people, I'm like, you know, don't buy it. I was like, because that's what they want. They just want you to hammer the untradeable packs. And I do try and preach that. I do try and say, you know, they're like, should I open it with coins? I'm like, no, don't do it. Because it's all weighted, right? It's all weighted towards stupidly expensive coins. But I mean, it's great business. Don't get me wrong. They are a business. And it's fantastic.
Oh, they're happy.
Whoever's come up, whoever's come up with it, it's fantastically smart business. But I think there has to be a balance where I think they've almost gone too far with it. I feel like they have to, you know, they could have made some of these packs SBCs, but they didn't. So
you touched on it briefly there. New game, EAFC.
Yeah,
here we go.
We've not got like much revealed yet. Like maybe you've played it.
No, I haven't.
You haven't played it, no.
Okay.
So we're all in the same boat. Like not really, not played it, not seen too much. But what would be your first impressions of like the brief things we've seen?
I mean, it does look like they're going to put a lot into it, right? This seems like, and with the way they're kind of leaving 23, it kind of seems like this is going to be the new.
You should hope so.
The new one. I mean, I hope it is. The gameplay stuff. I'm one of these people where I know I'm a content creator, but I kind of, until I get my hands on it day one when everyone else can play it, or I know sometimes I get like a day early. Yeah. You know, until I can play it then, the full game, I kind of reserve judgment. Because I know a lot like the beta, and that brings a lot of hype and stuff.
There's a lot of rumors flying around as well, isn't there? Yeah. So you got a lot of people like.
Oh, nowadays it's mental, isn't it? It's crazy. But as I say, for me personally, I know some people very interested in the gameplay. I do care about the menus and how well they'll navigate. I know they've brought in a lot of new stuff. So like for untradeable, I think it auto flips cards and things now. That's really good. I know there's a lot of like hopefully smoother stuff. I don't know about the card design. I don't know what you boys think about the card design.
I don't mind it.
They've taken out the stats, right? And they just got
the stats are at the bottom now, I think. Right. So it's like the players all in the middle or something. I don't mind it, but I think of it. The thing is, because it's in like a whole new FIFA, like you know, football game, whatever. I think they're changing things that don't need to be changed. Yeah, and like things that need to be changed aren't changing. Yeah, so. But that's just my opinion. Like they might be. I think they're looking at the wrong things, but who knows? Hopefully they're not, and hopefully it's a good game. But I don't know. I can't see it.
You can't see it. Well, you're not.
I used to like, and I can't lie. Even like watching the trailer for it, I'm now hyped. But I keep saying to myself, nah, it's gonna be the same game.
You don't want to get disappointed, isn't it?
That's the thing. Like I'm so used to like being new FIFA, let's go. And to be fair, the first week is sick. I think like that's like the best time of the year when the games just come out, everyone's grinding it, everyone's happy, and then it just kind of your hype kind of goes, and then. Yeah, it's the same thing.
Yeah, it's tough. And I think there's certain things they could do to keep it more alive. I think the 2-week promos are bad, but that's another opinion that I like. Well,
we're getting 3-week promos now.
I mean, I'm not joking. I'm not joking. And this is the thing. People think, they don't have the game changer program anymore, right? It's all a bit changed now. Like people think we don't care. I promise you, I feed this back. Like I legitimately feel like with a couple of minor changes, they could just make. And once again, I know a lot of people love the gameplay, and I'm just focusing on like the menu stuff. But I just think there's so many good things they could do. You know, take away this silly lock repeatable SBC, get rid of that. It's a bad because all they're looking at is people are they're adding these daily logins and stuff because all they want to see, and people are logging in at 6 o'clock, are doing one SBC and logging off the game, but that's happening from not now. That's happening from way before.
Yeah,
you know, I'm saying you have to spice up. You've got to change up what you're dropping at 6 o'clock. You've got to mix up, you know, the way you're dropping the content. You know, there's just little tiny things I think they could do to increase longevity. I think the promo system, if you're going to run it as a 2-week promo, I think this is just my opinion. I think you run it Friday to Friday. You then drop maybe a smaller team on the Friday to the Monday, and then you have and this is even coming from a content creator. I think if you have a couple of days of nothing, it's then so much better for future stuff.
Yeah, because
people already give up on that promo, and because of the way the leaks are, people want to know. People are like, oh, what's coming Friday? It's Saturday.
Yeah.
You know, it's 6 days until they're already bored of what's currently come out. And that's just the generation I mean, I say it's the TikTok generation, right? People want things.
The attention span.
The attention span's gone.
The dopamine receptors fried.
So you know what I'm saying? So how am I then, you know what I mean? Like, I've then got to try and keep these people engaged. As I say, I try and take pride in what I do. So I've got to try and work out ideas. But that would just be for me, I think. But 3 weeks, I mean, like the shapeshifters. I mean, you know, like it's tough, isn't it? It's tough.
Well, I think a misunderstanding that people think they like every time EA do sign and you're doing it, like content creators, the reaction is, oh, who cares? Like, you don't care, who cares? But the content creators do care.
Yeah.
Like, we want to have a good
That's
game.
Your livelihood. Like, this
exactly,
is what you're going to be spending a lot of time on.
We want a good game as much as EA do. Do you know, like, it's not like, oh, yeah, I don't care about the game.
Yeah.
I would love to have a FIFA I actually wake up and want to play.
Excited to play.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
kind of that feeling.
Just a win-win. But
and
people,
that's such a big point, though. Like, I'll be honest, it's been a while with FIFA to where I've, like, I'm not joking, like, during, like, 21 and, like, 20, the menu content was so, like, it looked like it was going in such a right direction. Like, you know, I'd get up and be like, oh, I'm so buzzing for tonight because I can do 100 of these League One picks, you know, it's just, people love it. And that's the thing, because when it comes to I respect the SharePlay and stuff. Like, I know what people do it and I enjoy watching it. Like, it just doesn't excite me, which is why I don't do it. But I'm ready to, I'll invest my own money and spend money to get it. Like, I'll happily get 100 but they don't do that anymore. You know, they don't do the league picks, and it just, I just think, and when you lock it at you know what I mean, with one SBC, it's just such a long.
It just drags out.
And with the reveal as well, actually, we've got it up on there. What are we saying? What are we saying about the graphics? Or
I don't think they've done themselves very handy, have they? I'm like, poor Saka. I think Saka's been like, you know,
get up here as well.
I think it's a really good idea, but like the execution, like,
well, who have they done dirty? That's what.
Vola's been done dirty, 100%.
Yeah, Saka, Ronaldinho.
Vola was just, he was the last one. They don't have enough time with it, right?
Yeah. Do you think, I thought when I first looked at it that it's like painted or something, like that's
some
not
sort
like
of,
that's not in, because even this year Ronaldinho doesn't look that bad. So I'm thinking like that's not what they're going to look like. And I reckon it's like a model. Or
do you know what? Do you know what this goes back to? EA, who vetoed this? Like who?
That's like,
and they do the mistakes. The other problem is the mistakes as well. Like so many errors. People just give up, don't they? Like,
well, there was a meme going around. It was something like EA said, "Oh, before any content goes out, there's 1,000 eyes on it."
Yeah.
So how does that's 500 people? How are 500 people like approving it? I don't get it.
It's difficult.
I don't get it.
Big game and big responsibilities, isn't
it?
With
someone's like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's just, I just think someone said that's fine. Like, you know, it just reminds me of like, I don't know, it reminds me of like Mackey's when it's like, it's a cheeseburger that's like not great, but I'm like, well, I'll just put it, you know, I feel bad. It's like, I'm like, it's 99p, you know, like, it's like, it's okay. It's like, do I want to make another one? You know, it's like that, isn't it? It's just, it's done now. Let's just put it out.
Yeah, with the, because I obviously had that little reveal out on Amsterdam. What else came out from that? Because I haven't seen a lot of it just yet. It was pretty recent.
I think it was just kind of the same things that we already know.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I watched the live stream and it was just a lot of talking about nothing.
Right.
I just feel like until I get my hands on the full game in a couple of months, you know.
I think that's sensible because, like me, I just get so excited and it's inevitable you're just going to get disappointed. So if you come in with like low expectations.
Yeah, I know it's the hope that kills you because
Yeah.
now it's like the summer, right, for a FIFA create, because obviously a lot of my stuff is mainly FIFA, which is what I do on a branch out and do a few more bits. It's kind of like, right, got a long period now to go, and then you're just thinking, please be good, like just let it be a revival, you know.
I think because they've had to make such a big splash with this, because like, you know, separating from FIFA, EA going off in their own direction, I would be hopeful. That's my stance. Keep the hope.
You think people are still going to call it FIFA though, right? I mean, you think people will still call it FIFA?
Yeah, well, that's yeah. I keep saying it wrong. Like even now,
No one's going to say, "Oh yeah, you want to come around my house play EAFC 24?" No one's saying that.
No,
it's just want to play
easy,
FIFA, mate. That's it. It's as simple as that.
I know.
I
I thought about that way as well.
I don't get it. Like, I would have just personally. I think it was EA's decision to get rid of the FIFA. Like, I would just pay the money, but. I'm not a businessman like you. Fair enough. They know what they're doing. But so I reckon that's enough talk about EAFC. I reckon let's bring it back to football. The reason we're all sat here, you know, fell in love with the beautiful game. To be fair, Plymouth are doing well, you know.
Yeah.
Right. Do you get promoted?
Yeah.
We're
in the championship.
Championship.
Yeah.
Imagine you in the Prem. You think you can do it?
Mate, I mean, I think this season's going to be tough, but we can dream, right?
Aim for the stars,
look at Luton and stuff, you know, we can
100%.
dream.
What's your stadium like? Because Luton Stadium, that is not Premier League standard.
No, but it's class for an away day.
Oh, yeah.
It's an away day, it's really good. It annoys me when people are like, oh, it's a dive. I was like, that's good, you know?
That's the whole point of it. That's what you want. Yeah.
It's certainly good. Yeah, they're doing up though, I think, right? I'm pretty sure their first few games all away, I think. I don't think
one of them got postponed.
Is it Liverpool? I think there's a I think.
What have they? Is it just capacity?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure they're tearing up one of the side stands and doing it up. But it's a proper old school ground. Like it's really good. You do have to go through someone's back garden to get there, but quite literally, you do have to go.
It's mental, isn't it?
Yeah.
I didn't know that like until they got promoted. It was like I saw pictures of it and I was like, is that real? Like, yeah. So I hadn't been to any of the games or anything that they've done.
Yeah, it's nuts, isn't it? We both like the same Premier League team though. So
yeah, Tottenham.
We're on Team Spurs.
You say you're not a Tottenham fan, but deep down,
I'm an enthusiast.
You're
I like the word
deep down.
Yeah, I like the word Spurs enthusiast. Yeah. But I do root for
Well, you mentioned Harry Kane earlier, man. You played Fortnite with.
Yeah.
Do you reckon he stays?
Mate, every year, right? Do we not think surely not Bayern? I'm like, surely not
the same
Bayern.
question every single time.
I know. I'm like, surely not Bayern. It's like, surely. He wants the Prem record, doesn't he? He wants that.
I think. If I was Harry Kane, I'd rather stay at Tottenham and try and win like a FA Cup than go Bayern Munich, win the Bundesliga. Who cares? We all know if he does that, he wins. Everyone knows that. But I would rather a small trophy with Tottenham than a massive trophy with Bayern.
How long has he been at Tottenham now? Like
probably 9 years,
isn't it?
8, 9
at this point,
years,
because we were speaking earlier as well. Like he's like 30, 31.
Yeah,
is he 29? I think he might be 29. He's close, but I was discussing this. Like he is almost at that no return point, isn't it? Where that big move is. I think it was last season when it was going to be the one. I think he was going to go.
Well, he's still done very well last season. Like to score how many? He scored like 25 goals. In this Tottenham team,
which is incredible.
That's more impressive than Haaland scoring 30 or whatever.
With Tottenham, what do you reckon?
I mean. To be fair, this new manager, I reckon, it'd make us play good football. Okay. The whole reason I want to watch football is to enjoy it. Like with Conte, with Mourinho, with everybody. It's awful football. At times, it's we don't even scrape or win. Like I don't. If we play awful football but we win, fair enough.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's when we play awful football and still lose. What's the point? Like there's no point. So with this, what's it called? Like post Coglu, I reckon he comes in, he makes us play good football. Brings my love back for the club. Yeah.
Because you want to enjoy what you're watching. That's like the magic of it, isn't it?
No, absolutely. Right? I've got them as third. I've got Spurs as third. Yeah.
Third. Yeah. Okay. So what is your like top 4?
Yeah, I fancy it.
What's your top 4?
Yeah.
Well, I said City. I went City, Arsenal again. I still fancy City, Arsenal, Spurs, Chelsea. I fancy United to crumble.
You're not feeling that.
I know I get shot for that. Like, I don't worry, I understand. I know no ball knowledge.
But I reckon that's just a bit biased from you.
Oh, of course.
Like, I'm a Tottenham fan and I'm saying nowhere.
But Madison's a mad signing, right? Like
very good.
Yeah, but not enough to take us from where we finished like 8th or 9th. So we're now going to go third, are we?
I fancy it.
No, if we do fair
With
play,
some stability, right? Get with Son back. Son's had a bad season, right? We get I say we. There we go. I said we. All right, get Son back in. Get Son back in form. Romero just needs a little bit of help at the back.
Like we're
Royale's
looking at a
now,
centre back, but he's actually, mate. I'll tell you.
Royale's
you said earlier how good he is.
At first, I wasn't sure about him, but he's a baller. I like him.
I haven't watched enough of him, but yeah.
Nah, he is a baller. Yeah, I like.
I don't know what's happened to him, but he's just got like confidence now. And
Yeah.
He's just
Somehow.
like genuinely.
Nah, I like him. He just clicked. It took him a while, but he got there. Like I love Richarlison, so I know he didn't have a great season, but people call him the biggest flop ever. But I want him to come good. I love him. I think he's great.
Was it the top off and then?
Yeah, but I think it was more top off more times than goals, which obviously is painful. But like, it's just like I love the passion. He's just.
I do love him. Like I just wish he backed it up a little bit personally. But
I saw this morning that is it that Rasmus? Is it Højlund? Is it from Atlanta?
The Danish.
Yeah, I seen this morning that they tried to give them players, but they didn't want them, and now I think they've agreed some sort of terms, and now it's just about the bid. So I don't know. I don't claim to know anything about this guy. I literally don't.
He follows me on Instagram, so
that's all we need.
I say he's a good player. I say he's a good baller. You know.
What a life.
There you go.
What about transfer window?
Yeah.
So what do we reckon has been the best business so far? What team has done that?
It's got to be, honestly, Madison's up there. I have to back it. Madison has to be up there.
Like we're talking like top three so far, like in terms of like
top two, mate.
Top two.
Okay. For the money, for the price we got him for.
How much?
How much was it? Like 25?
Yeah, it was
something stupid like that.
It was a great price. Yeah. I think I say you're keeping United out of the top four. I mean, that's only a bit. I think it'll be tight. I think honestly, I think everyone at the top will be really close because I think once Chelsea, under Poch, once Chelsea are doing the right thing, clearing out a lot of players.
Yeah,
which
they needed.
People don't look at that sometimes as business, but they're doing a good job by getting rid of a lot of players. They got Nkunku in now as well.
Yeah.
I think they've done well. I think United done well to get Mountain. I know they signed Onana. I think the price for them. I think the price is a lot, but I think he's a good player. I rate Mason Mount, and I think
he's a good player.
Yeah, I like him. I think he gets a lot of stick.
You don't like that one, do you?
He's a cardio merchant. He should be like a marathon runner or something because he's great. He gives passion, and I respect that. But he's not good with the ball. He's not.
How is he going to impact United though? Like, what do you reckon he brings apart from?
I don't think he does bring anything.
No,
like, I think midfield United's like strong point in my opinion. They need to work on their attack. I mean, let's be fair. The defense need a few centre backs maybe, but the centre backs okay. But I don't like the fullbacks.
Okay,
I don't like the fullbacks at all. A lot, and they start Luke Shaw.
The thing is though,
I'm not
on paper. Okay, so I know again I said United outside the top five, and I don't know why. It was just I like to sometimes be a little bit controversial by throwing like a team that should do
just in case.
I'm saying they should do. I think they should do really well. Their team on paper is very good,
very strong.
They still got Lisandro Martinez and Varane if they play a four at the back, which they got Casemiro.
If you get the quality play, Casemiro, Varane, like these guys are ballers.
Bruno, I mean, Anthony's one of them. I'm not sure about Anthony.
Flop. Absolute flop.
I'm not sure about him. If they get Rashford firing again, though, that's the thing.
Yeah. Do you know? I'm kind of on the same way with Anthony because I think I saw a clip of him where he's like, he was doing like these skills by himself, and it was like 0-0.
Yeah,
it's like 5 minutes ago. Mate, what are you doing?
He just plays like it's FIFA Street.
Yeah,
and which is cool.
I'm sure he's having
fun, but you need to
the
score goals, mate. Yeah.
The end
product shocking. Awful.
There'll probably be a lot of like angry Toon fans that have not mentioned Newcastle, but that's the only thing with me and Newcastle is I think it might be that tough second album, like that hard, like it might not like I think Eddie Howe. I think Eddie Howe's done incredibly because if you look at that team on paper, you think like I know they've spent money, but if you look at that team on paper, you think wow, like you've done this.
That's amazing.
I mean, they've overachieved. Now they've got Europe to focus on. It's another extra aspect, isn't it, for them in terms of obviously I know they've signed Tonali and they have got some quality players. I just think it'd be hard for them to replicate it this season. It might take time, obviously, with the money. I think over time they're going to be a force, right? I'm not saying they're going to, they're probably still, I reckon, be top 6. They're going to be up there, but I think.
A lot of teams will probably suss them out a little bit, won't they? In terms of like, because it's kind of something like Leicester, they were like firing, and then all of a sudden, right, okay, this is how we position and play against you.
I still couldn't believe they went down. Honestly, I couldn't believe Forest. I couldn't believe Forest stayed up. I could not believe it. As a miracle, to be fair, from Cooper, like that's ridiculous. Like especially considering at the start of the season they had basically no players, signed a whole new squad, still managed to stay up. That was nuts.
What about Declan Rice? What we were speaking about in the taxi earlier, weren't we? What were we thinking about that?
He's
100 mil?
Nah,
lot of dollar.
But
lot of dollar.
the thing is he's worth 100 mil to West Ham. That's the issue. Like,
that's true.
I wouldn't spend 100 mil on him, but to West Ham, that's exactly what he's worth. So it's okay. It's all right. Do you know what I mean? Like, he will do well. I just, for the money, like, even like, just look at Jack Grealish. Like, when you spend that kind of money, the expectations are so high.
So high.
I don't think anyone can live up to 100 mil.
See, I disagree. I think it's great business.
Great business.
Really?
The market nowadays is mental, right? He's arguably the best CDM in the world. You have to. He's in.
Not having that.
But who's better? Okay, so for example, Casemiro's unreal. Let's say
not even better. He's not the best in the league.
So who's better in the league?
Casemiro's Rodri.
Casemiro's very good, and so is Rodri. But that's if he's in the top 3, he's definitely up there with the best CDM in the world.
He is up there. He is up there. But
name me better than you've named me 2 that I would say he's better than Casemiro. I think Casemiro's getting older.
You wouldn't say Rodri.
No, Rodri's better than Declan Rice. I agree.
So why are we arguing?
That's one. But what I'm saying is he's up there with the best
quality.
in the world.
How old is he as well?
That's what I mean. You've got longevity. He's going to give you so many seasons of quality. He's so good.
But who's to say he's going to stay at Arsenal?
It's true.
Do you know what I mean?
It's true.
But if he does,
is he going to be loyal?
He was Irish 3 years ago. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I'm saying if he does. I mean, I know West Ham are looking at Pellegrini, I saw, but obviously they've already. The problem is now Fulham know that. Fulham know.
Yeah, you can get money now.
Yeah. He does seem like the type of player that you can build a team around. Like I don't know, it gives me that like confidence.
Yeah, I think he's absolutely quality. I've always thought that Grealish is. People slandered me for saying that Grealish was an insane player. He's ridiculous. He's a ridiculous. The thing that annoys me is, and again, it's always the no ball knowledge crew, which I do accept, but they're so obsessed with stats. It's this the Twitter is so obsessed with stats.
Yeah.
Just watch Jack Grealish. What Jack Grealish does. Like, I remember he played a game, I said this before, he played a game for Aston Villa where he had like no shots and no assists. But I watched him during that game and the space that he created and stuff to allow the team, just insane.
Very intelligent player, isn't he?
He's so good.
I feel like sometimes he comes across that he's not, but he is like very...
He knows how to get knocks. He knows how, he knows how to draw in fouls and tag. I just think he's a very,
Do we think he's lived up to his price tag this season?
Can
you live up to 100? How do you? Like,
I think he's getting there.
Yeah,
I know he started slow, but I think you're seeing now what you're going to get. But again, 100 million is a lot of money. But in this market, again, it's an inflated market, right?
It's true.
It is an inflated market, especially with the Saudi League transfers as well.
So who's gone so far? So you're like, off the top of my head, got like Benzema,
Neves. It's worrying. I mean, as someone that's not a Premier League fan, it's worrying really because I love watching. I don't really watch.
You want to watch good football?
I don't really watch foreign leagues. Like I don't watch La Liga. I don't. If it's on, I might catch it, but I mainly enjoy watching the Premier League.
Yeah.
For me, and I keep saying my worry is when that big player goes. I know Benzema, for example, is but he's
Ronaldo.
No, I don't know that. But what I mean is these are older. Kante, Benzema, and Neves is, I would say, up there in terms of. But I'm talking like a De Bruyne, like a KDB, something like that. When someone of that level, when someone of that level goes,
still should be.
That for me would be, like let's say Saka, for example. You know what I mean, or Rashford, something like that. You know what I mean? If someone like that went. Then I think
an issue. Then I feel like that would be a heartbreak for like all people involved in like the Prem. If you saw someone that young go in,
and that's my worry is when that does happen. But the thing is, I just don't think you can't begrudge them. I really don't.
Oh mate, like
people go mad at Henderson. I mean, 700k a week at 33.
See you in a bit.
You've done
anyone that gets offered that, you're gone.
You've won whatever. You've won what there is to win. Yeah. You're 33 years old. You've got nothing to prove to no one. Go.
Even like Ruben Neves, like who cares? Like you say, like 26 in his prime, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's even like outside of football, like. Where would you rather live in Wolverhampton or some incredible place in Saudi Arabia? Do you know what I mean? It's a no-brainer, he's a human being. Do you know what I mean? So earn 100 times the amount in a a lovely place.
Do we know what he is on? Or we got
off? Oh, Jesus,
he's a silly contract. He has come out and said he's come out and said he's doing it all for his family and stuff like that. He has come out and said it. I mean, as I say, I do respect it. I'm just worried about the way it's. Because I know there was almost rumors that he was going to get loaned back as well. There was like, they got to be careful.
Get a bit dodgy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So we got a little fun stat here.
Yeah.
We can set across. Right. So a record that may never be broken. 16 Premier League managers were sacked in the 2022-23 season, which I don't really clock onto.
No.
Yeah. What do you think about that? That's
I mean, half of them are Chelsea, weren't they?
Yeah.
Like, 16 though.
16.
Mental.
16. That's mad. What do you reckon is the most shocking one? Or
Tuchel was probably a
I think
that
you
was
could
that
say
kind of
two
like
for Chelsea. Like they were way too like premature.
they were just bang let in. Yeah,
for sure Chelsea, but now they got Pochettino. So.
Does that hurt?
Yeah.
I still think O'Neill getting sacked by Bournemouth is a weird one, and I know a lot of the true saves football statos are coming out and saying like, in terms of progressing, they want him to take him forward, but he has literally just kept Bournemouth in the Premier League. After one season, it's quite impressive.
It's
to
very
then
impressive.
Get sacked. It's
especially everyone said they're going. They're going straight down. Even I said there's no chance. So the fact that they've done that and they've still got him gone, I don't know.
But I guess going forward, they want a new vision. It's just whether it comes back to.
Yeah.
It's like Watford did that a lot, didn't they? Watford are known for just hammering managers out. So it'd be interesting to see how they do next season.
Yeah, it's hard. It's a bit disappointing sometimes, isn't it, when you see it? Like you don't even support that team. You're like, oh come on, like give them a chance, type of thing.
Yeah, Chelsea, as you know, the worst for it. Like literally.
So how many did they go through? How many was it?
I mean, it must have.
Was it like 4?
They had 3 or 4. I think they had 4 new managers. Yeah.
Right. Because I had a lot of Chelsea fans in my household, and it was dark.
I couldn't believe how bad they were.
Times.
Like I genuinely could not believe how bad they were.
It just weren't clicking. Like there wasn't that.
But instead of them like waiting for it to click, they went right, go another manager. Right, you're not going. Right, another manager. Like
defeats the
just you got to let it sit for a bit. You know?
I really think this season they could come. I tell you what, I think they could come good. I think they could.
Well, they have to. They spent 700 mil, mate. They have to come good.
I think they could surprise a lot of people.
What do you mean surprise?
But they are surprising as how bad they were. Like they're still.
But it shouldn't be a surprise. Chelsea doing good.
No, but what I mean is, if you look at last season where they were absolutely abysmal, right, which was shocking. Obviously, I just think I'm talking like if they get it right, they could compete with City. Arsenal. I think. Like Enzo Fernandez, quality. I mean, he is outstanding,
Rolls
good
Royce.
player.
But he's kind of in the setup at a moment where it's not. You can tell that he's a good player, but then he's not in a setup which is going to allow him to. Like,
it's like, what do we think of Mudryk? Have you got like?
Well, I watched his highlights and like, all right, this boy's quick. Like he looks scary, and I think his first game he looked like, oh, this guy.
I reckon he will get into it. I reckon. Like,
he find his groove.
I think so. I don't see why not. Like, he's a young kid. Transfer into a massive club. He's like 19.
Oh,
he is.
Oh, is that young?
I swear.
Yeah, he's very young.
He's young.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I reckon give him some time and he's going to cook.
Yeah.
I will say one thing as well, and I'll put a bit of Liverpool defense out there, which is very out of character for me. But right. I did read there was an article about they were talking about the flops and stuff. They were labeling Nunes as a flop. I don't think that's very fair. No, I think he's going to do. I like Darwin. I don't know, there's something about him I quite like. I think he could do well. I think he could do well this season. Again, it takes time, right? When you're coming from a foreign league to get used to the Prem and
I think
get up to
expectations were so high because, as you said, like he was compared to Haaland.
Yeah.
In no world is that like a comparison. Do you know what I mean? Like, but because they transferred same time to big clubs, but they're not. They're levels apart. So went in already like with a high expectation.
Haaland is a freak.
Yeah, you can't compare anyone to him. You know?
Insane. Insane, and they call him a tapping merchant. It's just about the ability
so
to
much
read the game, right? Just there every time.
It's just even the goals, like where he's got 2 big like centre backs.
See you later. So like nonchalant.
Like even I think when he's at Borussia and Ruben Neves just kind of like he's a big boy. Like he's just gone bang. See you later. Right into our favourite segment. We do a bit of drip or drown. Hi mate, we've got a lovely selection of trainers for you to have a look at. We're not going to judge you too heavily, but we want to see what your favourite is.
Yeah, I've been eyeing them up actually.
Already?
Yeah. I've been having a look. There's a few there that are like a bit of me actually.
I know one that screams you, but I'm trying to work out what he's going for.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, right? I reckon apart from one pair, I'd probably wear them all.
Here you go, mate.
Nah, I'm keeping it simple.
Oh,
I'm keeping it simple.
really?
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
okay.
Did you think I'd go for them?
I thought you'd go for the sliders, mate. You love the sliders.
Do you know what I do? But the thing is, I do love a slider. That's what I mean. I'd probably take them all. Apart from, I don't really wear Nike stuff. So I'm very much team Adidas.
Yeah.
I've got my gazelles on. So I've got some superstars. Classic three stripes, black and white.
Yeah.
I've gone for a little bit classic. The only thing is I'm a bit messy, so the white sole may not be the
difficult to keep clean.
Difficult to keep clean,
yeah.
But yeah, no, I just don't think you can go wrong with like the gazelle style. I've got probably about 12 pairs of ones like these in various colours. I can't help myself. I just see a new pair.
I back it. Like it's a bit. It's like a golden Mbappe, mate. Like it gets the job done. It gets the job done.
No, I'm with you. It's not like crazy. I know what you're saying. It's not crazy exciting, but it's classic, and I'll take them in any color. I think they work in any color.
I think they work with a lot of outfits as well.
Yeah.
I think it's...
If you had what would your preferred colorway be?
Oh, like green. I do like
green
or an
guy,
orange.
Yeah?
Or
green,
orange.
as in what green? As in like...
I like an argyle, nice dark argyle
like
green.
this?
Yeah?
Yeah, no, darker. Like
darker than that?
Like
I can back it.
Yeah, like
I can back it. Yeah.
Right.
And then or an orange. I like an orange. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. And I think with white trainers as well, like we said, they're gonna get dirty and stuff, but you're selective when you wear them. It's for like those special.
Yeah, I guess.
Not special occasions, but like okay,
I am actually literally wearing. I've got white Adidas ones on now. That's the sort of green I'm talking about.
Yeah, I like it.
I'll try and show for the viewers the green and white stripes. Yeah, those are the ones I've got on.
Yeah.
If you boys could choose, what are you? What are you going for?
Yours, mate.
You want me to go first?
I need to go first.
Well,
I need to have a think actually.
I'll tell you what. Wait, what's the scenario? Like,
do you want me to paint you one?
Give me the scenario.
Your away day and it's a big one.
Away day. Danny goes to one game a season.
So I love these. I'm a slider, but you can't. Actually, I saw you.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll wear sliders. Yeah, I'll wear sliders to.
You wear sliders?
Yeah.
You got.
They were meant.
But you're comfortable the whole.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm one of these people. I just wear what I'm happy with. Like I literally, I don't mind.
I don't want to be boring. Like I can't lie.
Yeah.
I actually have these.
No, but they work. These are great.
And the thing is with black trainers is they just go with everything.
Oh, I've just learned that's an Air Max. There you go. See,
yeah. So this has to be it for me. Like I wear a lot of. For some reason, I wear a lot of black, like black shirts, black trousers, everything. So it's got to be them. It's got to be them.
It's favorite part of this. We like the air bubbles down there.
Yeah, something about these. Oh yeah, I love it. But
quality there, isn't it, mate?
Yeah, the songs are quite cool.
Well, you've now only got 6 options, mate.
I might look. I'm gonna.
Yeah,
they're just clean. The nice stripes. I do like a white trainer as well. So
I'll back it. Yeah.
The other option, the other iteration of them are very nice as well. Actually, I'd take either.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I think they're quality. I don't actually own any of these, but after today, I might have to
take it home with you, mate.
Take it home with me. Sponsor you. There you go.
Well, I want to ask. Well, I was going to ask what shoe do you prefer, but.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Danny. You've lost this. So yeah,
you cheated, mate.
Yeah,
I think
you could have chose. You could have chose any other option from the wall, and I think it would have beaten that one, Danny. I'm sorry, mate.
Well, as long as you're comfortable with them, mate.
Yeah, they're just not me. I know they're very popular, but as I say, I'm quite brand loyal with stuff. I wear Adidas all the time.
Yeah.
Mainly because I can fit in a large in it, and that makes me feel happy. And for my size, I know what size I am with every shoe. So. Yeah, I'm a bit loyal to the Adidas.
All right, so we move on to the last section, which is community questions.
Oh, here we go.
Mr. Face.
Yes.
Wait.
So these have been sent in from you lot at home. I guess we can just start straight away if you want.
Yeah.
Best FIFA card ever of all time.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you now. FIFA. What was the one with the first walkout banner? Is that 16 or 17? 17. Gareth Barry, player of the end of era Gareth Barry.
I did not expect that.
Yeah.
What?
I had something like 700 games on him, 40 odd pace.
Walk us through. Can you remember the stats?
Honestly, like CDM, 700 something games with him.
Right.
He had barely any pace, but he was in CDM just an absolute rock, unreal. And that was the same year of that player of the month Hazard that was also off the chain.
I swear, it was like FIFA 19. You packed like Team of the Year Mbappe or Neymar.
Yeah,
and that doesn't do
Gareth Barry, mate. Gareth Barry.
No, honestly, that Gareth Barry was insane, and I'm a firm believer when it comes to FIFA that just because the card is worth something does not mean you have to like that card.
It's true.
I've got the Ronaldinho Team of the Year, and he's not rubbish. I know, and skillish. I know. But this way, but surely if I'm banned, he should feel incredible. And I don't think any cards were. I'd never buy that card. Like, and people are like, oh, you're meant to. It's like, well, I prefer Joaquin. I don't know what it is. Like SBC Joaquin. But for this year, favorite card, Arujo. He's been. I've got 1,000 games on his 83 gold. On my road to glory.
Right.
It's not a bad effort, is it?
He's doing a job, isn't he?
I mean, they give him his moments, and his moments is. I'm trying to think outfield player I've enjoyed using the most. That new Rafinha's fun.
Mm-hmm.
The team of the season Rafinha. I like that card. Just trying to think. I mean, player of the month Mbappe naturally.
Yeah.
Absolutely quality. Kane to the season was good. I liked to give.
He got nerfed.
He did get nerfed. Yeah. Showdown
Foden.
Showdown Foden's another one I like.
I'm playing against that one.
Oh, and I tell you one from earlier in the game was Future Stars Thuram.
Really?
I don't know if you use that card, but he was levels. Very, very good.
Right, next one that we have is best FIFA rage moment you have ever had.
Good luck.
In your opinion,
mate, I'll tell you what. There have been quite a few. I've broken plates, mate.
I always start with plates, not monitors.
Yeah, I broke a plate. I don't think I've ever broken a monitor actually.
You haven't?
Nah, I've broken like a keyboard. Like, people don't get it. Like honestly, I legitimately mean this. Like, when there is like a genuine meltdown, it isn't like like honestly, it's the like I hate getting angry. I don't like it, but. The thing is people in my stream, they know how to get at me, right? So I'm very passionate. So when I'm losing, I'm getting annoyed at the game, right? And I can deal with that. But then when I look at the chat and I can see it's all the comments and they know what they're doing and they know they're getting to me and then they are poking the bear and then I will snap. And then that's not like, it'll go from being, I call it a funny rage. Like there's some anger at the game, right? Like when the player does something you don't do and you're like, oh, just do that to actual hate rage when it's like, oh my God, I've blown, I'm gone, like, and you're a different person. And I look back after the stream and think, what have I done? Like there have been some bad rages like that. I've offered people to come to my house and stuff, like, you know.
I won't lie, because I've watched you for years, like, and I've watched and I'm like, when you're raging, I'm like, he's putting it on, like, not putting it on. Yeah, no, I was like, you're putting it on. And then I don't know if you remember, we was in like a Discord call, like 4 or 5 in the morning, both just playing FIFA. And you're going at it. The camera's on.
Yeah.
No one's watching. Literally. And this guy is just screaming. So I can verify it's completely.
It genuinely
is. Like,
legitimately.
Fair play, mate.
It gets under your skin, doesn't it? Like FIFA's like special like that, I feel. Because like any other game I used to play when I was younger, Call of Duty, I lose whatever. Yeah. Like Fortnite.
Yeah, FIFA's a different type.
FIFA.
Yeah. Different. Oh, it's a different type of beast. And then the last thing you want is someone going, like you lose a game, you know supposed to win. They're like, just. The better player was like, I'm sure when you were playing me and you lose and you're sat at home, you send the message and go, well done, you outplayed me. It's like, of course you don't. And that's why when people start, like, I know they're bringing about the shush. And people, I love it because I hate it, but I love it because it motivates me. Like when people gritty on you and then they go, imagine being annoyed by a celebration. Like, but you know it's there to tilt you. Like it is annoying. It literally is the gritty off.
The gritty is.
I know you like sending messages after Foot Champs, but have you ever received like a message that? But like one that you've like, one that's like stuck with you, you know?
I don't know. Like I've had like ones like jump in a river and stuff like that, or like like there's been a few. I normally get really. I'm like the thing is I like to. Feel to kind of put myself in. I don't really want to be that PC guy. Like I legitimately like if I get a rage message that's when it's like show hidden content, I'm like yes, I'm like please be bad, I'm like come on. It's like give me your worst, like I want to sit, I want the pain, I want to read it.
It's the funniest thing though, isn't it? Especially like the voice notes, that.
We don't have that spot.
Oh no,
voice note. No, I always find though the best if you win against someone that's been a scumbag, you just send them a GG. You know
that's all you need to put, isn't it? Like,
that's the ones that are the most, the ones that you outplay them. You know you're better, and then they'll be like, "Ha, I just beat you on stream. You know you're awful." I'm like, "No, I'm better." It's like
I'm better than this. Like I'm tired.
It's the ego. I call them like you get them the ego players, right? Like
Right.
you'll play against them, they'll go 1-0 up, and then they'll pass it around the back. You can just tell people they think that like I know I'm bad, and you'll get people who go, "You're rubbish." Like I know. It's like you telling me things I already. Yeah, I know I'm fat. I know I'm rubbish. Like I'm aware of like I'm aware of my flaws. It's like I know I'm bad. You know, you don't need to. It's like, but when
it makes their day.
Yeah.
When
And it's bad because I'll
you,
give people attention here, but there are people as well that they'll stream like. I have people that are on like 4th or 5th accounts that stream snipe me at like 4 in the morning who are like
4 in the
really
morning
good
as well.
players. Yeah, they'll do it just to, you know. And I quit now. I know them, so I just quit 0-0. That's I don't care. I'd rather take the loss than give them the attention.
Madness, mate.
Well, I'm scared to ask this one. Messi or Ronaldo?
Oh, I'm CR7. But I recognise them both as you know the best.
How can you? Right, you prefer Ronaldo, or you think Ronaldo's the better footballer?
I think Ronaldo brings more. Are we talking peak? Right, okay. Are we talking prime?
Okay, I think at this current point, we'll take like their career. Far.
Career.
What they've achieved. Like who you think the better player is.
Okay, I think career, Messi has done better in terms of career achievements. I think Messi's done better. I think he's had a more gracious end to his career. But I think if I could choose either at their prime, I would take Ronaldo. I just think I think he just brings more.
But which brings more? Okay, I'm getting annoyed.
I think Messi as an individual
There's
is
a problem with
better,
this question,
but I
man.
think Ronaldo in a team is better.
How does that make sense? What do you mean? What, Ronaldo in a team is
I
better?
think Ronaldo brings a whole team together, whereas individually, I'm saying they are both the best, and it's super close. I'm just if I have to choose personally who I prefer or I like more, it's Ronaldo.
No. I'm completely happy with you preferring Ronaldo.
Yeah,
but Lionel Messi is by far the greatest footballer of all time. By far, it's not close with him and Ronaldo. It's not close.
I'd highly disagree.
I love you too, mate. I'd love you too.
I do highly disagree. I would say, okay, here's what I'm trying to say. Technically, I think, yes, Messi is better technically, and he has got better things than Ronaldo. But
so like general ability.
But as an all-in-all package at prime, I'm choosing Ronaldo.
But you said Ronaldo makes the team better.
Yeah, I think there's a difference.
Bro doesn't pass the ball.
No. I think
makes the team better.
I think at peak, it's that passion. I don't know. It's hard to explain.
I think the interesting thing with this is that you can go both ways.
I think it doesn't matter. I said this before. It's like choosing your nan, isn't it? It doesn't matter what one. They're both great. Right? It doesn't matter which one you go around for dinner. They're both fantastic. Right?
Both roasts are decent.
You can't whatever one you choose, you can't lose. There's no. As I say, I know there are some people. You know, I think you can't say either of them are bad.
I'm never saying Ronaldo's bad.
Ronaldo's amazing.
I'm not saying he's bad. He's the second greatest footballer of all time. Sure, I'll give it to him, but Messi's there. Come on.
He's up there, but I think he's
up
second.
there. Okay.
I reckon this is.
However, I agree that career path is definitely ahead. I would say it.
Next one.
Do you want to take
this is a good one. How have your fans responded to your incredible body transformation?
To be fair, everybody is very polite and complimentary about it. So it is nice, especially we see people out and they'll say, "Oh, yeah, congrats." There are a lot of people that do say that. Congrats on the and the weight loss stuff. So shout out to everyone that's been nice about that. I do really appreciate it. It's also one of those things. I don't know whether you've seen it. You've lost loads, and people kind of bring it up. I don't know whether it's weird talking about. It's so hard to explain.
I do know what you mean, but I think you should be proud of it. It takes a lot of hard work.
I know, definitely. It's my own fault for getting it in the first place, and I'd like to do more, but.
That's the thing, but just taking that step and doing it is massive.
Yeah,
I don't think you realize talking about it motivates a lot of people.
Massively.
100% motivates so many people. So I would talk about it.
No, fair play. I hate spamming it. I never want to be that guy. I did quite a bit of a start. I like to post on Instagram once or twice a week if I do go to the gym. Only because and genuinely, if I am having a day where I'm I feel like I want to go, but I'm being lazy, and I see my mates done like, you know, a 30-mile cycle or something. I'm like, right, come on
let's
then.
go.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Let's do it, you know?
100%.
And I think it does have that knock-on effect, definitely.
100%.
Was most of the time, was it gym, or like you mentioned, like cycling? Like, what was the...
It's just diet and exercise, really. People ask me, like, what's the key to it? And I said, it's really easy. It's just the execution that's difficult.
Yeah.
It's diet and exercise. It's just eating better, just eating less calories and, and doing exercise. And I didn't even do exercise at first. It probably took me 6 months before I went to the gym. The initial part of it, because people think it's not possible, but you can do it. It just, like everything, it's not an overnight thing, as you know, Danny. It takes time. It really does take time. But you can get there. But it's also about balance. Don't think you can't allow yourself to do things. It's literally a lifestyle change now, is basically what it is. I like legitimately, I've probably been doing it 2.5 years. In the last year, I haven't lost any weight, but I've not gained any. I've stayed within the same like 3 or 4 kilo bracket. And that is still on a weekend. I basically eat what I want. Like, but I look forward to that. You know,
you need that, don't you?
Yeah.
That
but I don't snack. It's weird. Like I don't snack, and I eat at weird times. So, but I can unintentionally fast for like a day. I just have a massive bowl of pasta, and then I don't eat. But
good to go.
Yeah, it all depends. It all depends. But I eat weird times, so. And I like a lot of Nando. I eat a lot of Nando's.
Don't ask.
Nah, I'm lemon and herb now.
Awful. Oh, you're lemon and herb. Nice.
So you were plain.
But healthy Nando. Yeah, like I'll put plain wrap, but I'll get lemon and herb, butterfly, peas, mashed broccoli on a healthy Nando's.
Yeah.
And that's not bad, is it? Like
right.
lemon and herb's okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna do butter.
Was the spice I really didn't like?
So
it's just he's ordering everything.
But though, Danny, okay. So there's the thing. I am working on sorting out like another chat. We'll talk about the creative stuff. I want to do like more like fun creative videos. I was gonna do the Nando's wing challenge. So I'll do every stage of Nando's wing. So I'll go from plain to the Vula heat.
Like the mad one.
I think I'll die.
Nice, yeah.
I can't.
So do you not
medium.
like spice?
No, honestly, hate it.
You struggle.
The worst thing ever. I can't stand it. I am beige and plain, and I don't mind that. I can't eat anything.
It's a bit of salt and pepper, like spice.
I got roasted today because I just had oven cooked chicken. People go mental.
What, unseasoned?
Well, yeah, just put it in the oven.
Jesus.
I literally put it in the oven, put it in a bowl, veg in the microwave.
It was a roast chicken. Like,
no, it was just chicken breast. Just 25 minutes. Bit of tin foil in the oven for 25 minutes. I was streaming. I just wanted a quick snack.
Yeah, bit of protein. Get that in.
They were like, tweet it. They'll go mad. I was like, okay. I said, fine, and they did. People weren't happy, but I enjoy it. You know,
mate, as long as you enjoy it, that's all that matters. And you get your protein on as well. So
there you go.
Happy days.
All right. I always like asking questions like this. What is to everyone? All right, everyone get involved. One thing on your bucket list.
Come to me last. I need to think.
Why?
So I have a horrendous fear of flying, but one day I do want to go to Las Vegas. I want to play in the World Series of Poker. That's my, that is something that I actually want to do.
That'll be sick. Yeah.
I have a horrendous fear of flying. I just hope one day I can get over it and go there. So yeah, that would be one. That would definitely be one of the things.
It's like flying as well. I used to be kind of similar, especially like a little while ago. It isn't easy because when you're up, I have
done it. I just didn't like it. I done it like going back.
Feel very vulnerable.
Yeah, I couldn't stand it. And if I had one more, I say apologies. I have one more thing, but I also would love one day to be able to drive a Formula One car just for like a lap or experience it. Cause I love Formula One.
Okay,
so
that's a good answer.
Yeah, that's up there. I'd love to be able to do that.
What about yourself, Danny?
Myself, to be honest, it was to play in the Sidemen charity match. Because I've literally
he's done it already.
I literally grew up watching like all the either the Sidemen Charity match or the Wembley Cup. They were the.
How sick was it? Like, that's the sickest. Honestly, I can't explain how good, how good a feeling it is. To
it looked amazing.
Like, so honestly.
Grew up watching every single charity match. I went with my mum and dad. Told them like, you know what, I'm a be on the pitch one day. So then when I did it, it was crazy, like
nuts.
Best experience of my life.
Because my first thing I had as a plan was the FIFA bingo, and I did that. Like when I was growing
that was your bucket list.
That was my thing. I was like, and I got on it, and it kept.
Yeah.
And so it was so good, wasn't it? It's the whole thing, just incredible.
I'm gonna have to pressure you, mate.
You're gonna have pressure. I've been thinking the whole time. I think it's quite a simple one, but I think I want to do like a proper safari, out in South Africa.
Yeah, I like that.
like going around with like one of like the bush people, like learning how to track stuff. I think that would be a cool one.
Nice.
That's
I
it.
like that. Yeah. Right, next one. Your most to both of you actually. Your most favorite YouTube video you've ever made. So one that's kind of like your go-to, like bread and butter.
It's really tough, I think, for me because most of my videos, and this is when it comes back to creativity, I think a lot of my videos are pack openings.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much what I put up on YouTube because it was intended originally to be highlights. So, but I would probably, if we were going to that, I would probably say when I first did Squad Builder Showdown with AJ3, because I had like 8,000 subscribers at the time, and Andy gave me a shot and a chance to do it. It was like super fun to record.
Okay.
And that was a moment that my YouTube helped to like grow a lot. So I think I'd have to go back and say that one for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, I remember, I always think this is my best idea and probably like the most fun I've had recording. I did whoever I packed, I went and watched. So I packed.
That's cool.
I
That's
packed
really
Carrasco. Cool. So I flew to Spain and watched Atletico Madrid versus Real Madrid.
It's a good vid.
That's a very good
I
idea.
loved it, and Carrasco actually scored the only goal in that game. So it's like everything,
banging vid.
everything combined. It was like the perfect vid. So
When did you do that?
that was a year and a half ago. So
I tell you
Obviously
what,
another
my
one,
favorite, the cameo one was good.
yeah,
The
to be
cam-
fair, yeah.
The cameo.
I've seen,
Where I just get like there's a site cameo. You just
Yeah,
pay
yeah.
professional footballers. So I spent like stupid, and these footballers are on how much money?
Oh,
they
they got
They're
enough,
charging
haven't
like 500
Yeah.
quid a video as well. So I've got 11 footballers to pick my team. That's
That's a very good
That was
idea.
good. Yeah, I got Wanyama to do it once for FG.
Oh,
I
no.
got,
I
yeah.
bought for him twice and he cancelled both of them.
Oh, did he?
Awful
cancelled?
stuff.
He
Yeah,
got-
he
he
just
got
didn't do it.
There were a couple really good ones though, weren't there? They gave you like full.
mate.
Yeah.
They had made like good content.
Yeah.
It was
I
good.
wonder how much. I think I saw, complete side note, but I saw TikTok, like Jay from In-Betweeners.
Yeah,
He's like,
yeah.
he's like the top 0.1% on there.
Yeah.
And he's done like 50,000 cameos.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
mad. But he charged like 30 quid in that, which you think
Oh,
really
mate.
is not bad, is it?
No.
No.
For that to get it done. And he'll do it classic. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. One last question to end all of the questions. It's going to be a banger. I need a solid answer from everyone. Premier League winners this season. What are we saying?
For the absolute memes, Tottenham Hotspur. That's what I'm going for. Come on, you Spurs.
Optimistic.
I'd love to agree, mate. I would love to agree. I don't want to be bored and say Man City.
But in a realistic world, Manchester City.
Yeah.
How
I just,
realistic do we want to be? Yeah.
I can't. I feel like the six at the top are just going to be super tight. I just think it's going to be really, really, really close.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say Liverpool. Just for something
Liverpool?
different.
Okay.
I'll say Liverpool.
I'm going to be boring.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with City.
Yes.
Because I can't see them slowing down. Even a nice little break and all that, I can't see it.
Although the only one point I make is losing Walker. Have they got Cancelo back now from
I
Bayern?
think so.
Because they've lost Walker, right?
He's not
Walker's
going to be that
going to
motivated
Bayern.
though, is he?
Yeah,
After being dished
yeah.
out.
And if they lose Mahrez and Bernardo, I don't know. This could be. I say their last season, but if this is Pep's potentially last season and it's the last
Yeah,
one where
true.
they've got
Yeah.
the team before they start losing pieces and they don't recruit well, this might be their last. I know that's
Last
weird to
hurrah,
say,
yeah.
but you never know. It might be
Could be.
their last domination season, should we say?
Yeah.
Well, there we go, everybody. Pi, thank you so much for coming on, mate. I mean, Freeman, thanks very much for
Filling
popping
in,
on,
mate.
my friend. I appreciate it a lot.
Thanks for having me, boys.
Thank you for watching, everybody. Let us know who you want to see on the next episode. And until then, we'll catch you in a bit. Goodbye.